Welcome to Planning Phase Syndicate, and I have our Krayt Cup journey tonight. So this is Series 1. I believe it's Game 2. And tonight we have a double header for you. So first off, we're going to have John versus Kieran, and then we have Chris, myself, versus Jeremy. On
Hello
stream,
there.
commentating is our good buddy Jeremy, who I just
Hello
met
there.
30 seconds
Greetings
ago.
and salutations. So wonderful to be on with you today. Hello, Cleveland.
Cleveland. Is it Cleveland? The Cleveland?
Oh, no.
You guys from Cleveland?
Oh, Lord, no. No, I'm from Texas, and Kieran's from Colorado. And then Matt, our other friend who played with Charles yesterday, is from the great state of Pennsylvania. Well, he goes to school there, but whatever.
Yep, and we are from Michigan, Grand Rapids, and Charles is technically from Grand Rapids, but he moved to Florida to be a bum down there.
He's a Florida man.
Yep.
Wonderful. You love Florida man.
I know, it was, first when I saw that team name, I thought it was us, and I was going to give Charles a bunch of shit for it. But come to find out, it was not us.
So wait, so you guys are in the mitten and not the part of Michigan no one cares about, right?
No, we are on the west side.
Perfect. Okay.
So for the show tonight, or I guess it's not a show, I guess it's for the double header tonight.
Double feature.
John is going to run Rebel versus Kieran's Galactic Republic. I don't know, it's up to you. Do you want to run your teammates' list down? Maybe give us a little bit of insight into why you guys chose that list.
Sure. So our good friend Kieran, aka Kyle Wren, is running us a nice little Republic list. He's got Anakin and Obi-Wan both in Eddas, and I'm going to continue my capacity as reading Ryan to go Jedi Knights with Delta B. Also, somebody has compassion. Generally, this is pretty much the fair assumption whenever any points change happens is that people are going to kind of adjust and change things and do whatever. But when it all comes down to it, usually the ships that have big orange numbers and big purple numbers are probably going to be pretty good. So this is basically just, they have lots of purple numbers and they have big orange numbers. It's probably fine. And that's about the level of thought that went into it.
Yeah, we don't 100% know why John chose this with the Y-Wing Nora, other than Y-Wing Nora is probably the only good Y-Wing, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's pretty
in
fair.
Their faction.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable take. Yeah, I could only imagine. Like Y-Wing Nora is really fun. She's cool. Like she's easily the best Y-Wing. And then having a missile slot means you can do fun stuff like tracers or chaff clouds and try new things out with them.
Yep.
Also, that got cheaper, right?
What's that?
Didn't the Y-Wings get cheaper?
I don't think so. Did they? I don't think they did. Maybe the named ones did. There's a
something like, because that was more or less the gist of the points change, was that the generics were largely untouched or went up a little bit, and then lots of the names went down.
Yeah, and I guess we didn't pay attention to Rebel. I didn't pay attention to Rebel because I don't fly Rebel, because I hate Rebel typically. It's not my faction of choice. I mean, I've only been playing for 2 years, roughly, not even quite 2 years, and like I chose Empire as the first faction to get into.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been playing since like Wave 1, like of 1.0. So I've got a little bit of everything. I've played everything at this point. Rebels have never been my favorite either. I just don't tend to like that kind of chunky damage mitigation kind of play style. But I like the list that Matt played yesterday, which is like Luke and Wedge and Jake and Hera, basically dropping the price on those named ships. Kind of lets you could do a little more fun stuff with less of like a block of just fat jousters and more like a, I don't know, high initiative kind of resource trading type list, which is a bit more fun.
Yeah,
so this is probably the most fun Rebels have been for me anyway.
I think the nice thing is because we've seen the cost go up on Hera, right? There's no reason that we can't see B-Wing Nora or B-Wing Hera.
They cost the same. Like, yeah, it's basically just it's a matter of preference at that point, or at least whatever your list wants. A chunky fighter or like a AC type support piece that dodges around.
Yep, and I think I played my local last night and they ran B-Wing Hera, And I noticed that B-Wing Hera works pretty well in most of the Rebel lists compared to the Y-Wing or to the A-Wing. And it's because you don't have to worry. It's either going to die or not going to die. There's no question. And if you shoot it, something else is going to try to kill you behind you. Like, period.
Yeah, like B-Wings, when you strap into a B-Wing, you kind of assume you're not going to come home, but you're going to at least trade and make it worth it. So when you do go down, you've at least put your team in a position that they can make up the points, either by doing damage yourself or by just setting everybody up.
Yep. And that's what happened. That's what happened last night too with Charles's game. If you watch, if Wedge had not been taken off the table,
yeah,
Wedge would have been able to come in and just like eat through all of those V-Wings. It wouldn't even been a question.
That was a very cool game to watch. It was a classic little Swarm versus high initiative ace. But the fun thing with those games is that that's the resource trading is the interesting part. All right, so anyway, what I kind of glossed over like obstacle placement, deployment, and stuff like that, but John brought the debris, and then Kieran brought the gas. Gas obvious because of Jedi. Debris pretty handy because you can still land on it and shoot. Good for swarms. We have a pretty honorable joust going from our good friend John, and Kieran appears to have similar levels of honor. Very respectable. And I assume the Eddas are just going to go high and go fast and get dippy and dodgy. Typically, the way this kind of game would probably pan out is the Jedi can pretty easily weather the storm at like a range 3 shot and kind of overshoot and come back. The X-Wings will have a hard time keeping arc on things while also keeping mods, so the Jedi can kind of try and pick them apart as they go. The downside to swarms, they get lots of guns, but they have to kind of keep their selves together and almost play like a single large base ship. And if they spread, they run the risk of getting initiative killed. Less so with the deltas because they're all. Oh, yeah, the zealots are ones, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a real risk of pilot skill killing happen here. Not this early on, but later on as the game progresses. The X factor will be just how dumb, the really dumb places the Eddas can get to, which, as it turns out, are quite a few.
Yeah, and I think the big thing is whether John, how long he keeps them together, right? So John does play Separatists too, so some of this is from there. I don't know why he likes Rebel better. He always plays Rebel.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I played Separatist a fair bit, and one thing that's always kind of a pain with droid swarms in particular is that, boy, you could just lose a drone here and there every so often. It's hard to just one-shot an X-Wing.
Yep. That's probably why he likes that. That's kind of, I think that's because he's ran very similar to this list against us more than once. I've never played against Nora, honestly. That's never been a thing I've had to ever play against.
Yeah, I haven't seen her much. I think the last time I've seen Nora was like at the Coruscant Invitational thing at like the beginning of 2.0, because there really wasn't much else to play at the time. She has a really good defensive ability, but Y-Wings tended to have they have a hard time with getting damage through. I think dropping prices on her and bombs and letting other ships kind of play. So she is, as long as she's not like the main character, she's probably okay. But yeah, she's going to be kind of like a nice little support piece, get in the way, be irritating, drop some proton bombs, good stuff. She's a tracer tosser, which is nice.
And hopefully, again, for John's sake, he's going to be able to get those tracers off, because those Adas are going to come in and eat him alive if he's not.
Yeah, those
he doesn't
Adas
have a dorsal to it.
So. Yeah, and the tricky thing with Nora is that she's deceptively hard to kill because she has all the HP, plus even before her free evades. So it's actually going to be hard for 2 Eddas to actually bring her down pretty quickly. And then she doesn't have a massive offensive output, so she's actually not really a priority. I think the game plan that Kieran wants to go for is something like initiative kill as many of these X-Wings as possible and get to an end game of like an Edda versus 2 ships or 2 against 3, a very winnable end game. Like the tricky part for John is going to be, this is the typical like swarm versus high initiative stuff. This is like the same thing we saw yesterday. It's that the swarm player, it looks really bad for the high initiative joust player, but because the swarm player could just lose a ship straight up, like every combat phase just about, it very quickly turns. So the swarm player has to get up quick and has to have that advantage continuing. And once you start losing ships, you have to maintain those trades, or you just fall behind way too quickly.
Yeah, and I think you were on your guys' stream last night. That was the discussion with high initiative kill over swarm play.
Yeah.
See, and then there's
ooh, okay. So I like it. He's biting.
Yep. So there's John. So that's typical John. He's not everything will 100% always remain in that block with those X-wing. So
okay, so you have a little split going, kind of a hedge against both, and then the question for Kieran is whether because typically when you do these kind of flanking efforts, sometimes players can get kind of caught up with the idea of their ships not taking damage, and they don't commit with any of their ships. When it's typically better to commit with all of your ships, because if they take the bait, then you just trade somebody, and it's not so bad. And if they don't take it, then you run the risk of being unable to punish. So if you're too far away, you can't really punish effectively. But this isn't a bad spot at all. This is like take a lock, do some damage. Probably they only have 2 shots incoming. It's actually not that bad.
Yep, and this option here, because of their initiatives, gives John the ability to turn those X-wings right back in if he wants to.
Yeah.
So
one of the hardest things with playing those swarms is that once you commit to something, you're kind of locked into it. But if you do a split kind of like this, he can converge on one way or the other. He's giving up his initial joust a bit to kind of spread damage, which could work out. But you can't always just come right back and pick a side.
No, and I think it's all going to depend on those Jedis come in hot or not, because they.
Looks like
I don't know if
John disconnecting. That's steam maintenance striking fear into the heart of men.
All right, that's not good. Yeah, I pulled the people off the screen. I don't have my chat up.
I just see the little circly pings by his name. He might be. How that steam maintenance be. All right, so Kieran's rolling out, and he's rolling. I think he went out and back to make sure he didn't get shot from the ones in the back. So here we get kind of an uncontested target lock shot, which is something you always love to see as the high initiative jouster. Getting to do kind of damage for free is always handy. And then because he's range checked with yellow, he knows that red isn't going to be in danger, so red doesn't have to roll. So red gets a double-mounted shot with the Force. So handy little way to kind of range check with one ship before the other one gets to engage, so you don't lose out on all the mods.
Oh, look at that!
And then Nora rolls in. Nora wants that tracer real bad, and then we'll see if Obi and Anakin bite.
Yep.
All right.
At least that one did.
So Obi comes in. The question for him, he just takes the evade and he'll just tank it. Pretty reasonable, pretty safe call. Anakin probably does the same thing. Yeah. So the tricky thing is, especially with these 3 agility Force users, is that while they are sitting in multiple firing arcs, they've got 3 Force and agility, 3 agility and an evade token. So they're actually maybe not as vulnerable as it appears.
So it just dropped.
No shields, 1 crit usually is pretty rough on them, so you never know.
Yeah, they just dropped.
Yeah, realistically, so there's 3 shots. There's 2 real shots coming into Obi-Wan. Oh, there goes Tabletop Sam.
Yep.
There
it
goes.
Maintenance.
Let's see. Thank goodness for auto saves and caching. Won't skip a beat. But yes, this is always the risk with the Tuesday night TTS session.
Normally we do Thursdays.
Yeah.
But John plays hockey on Thursdays.
Oh, cool. I like hockey.
So it's saved. Well, it did not. The last save was right before he moved.
So it looks like, so Nora hasn't moved just yet, and the Jedi haven't moved just yet. So it doesn't look like there's anything that's going to be missed here. Should make things pretty interesting. So about the same stuff. But yeah, we really haven't been playing much, really at all since I think the most X-Wing we played during the pandemic has been at Lone Star Open. At least that's for me. And then we played a little bit on TTS, like after the AMG stream and the talking about random player order and the points change. That kind of got us really into it again. But for the most part, we've been playing like board games, Marvel Champions, stuff like that on Tabletop Sim. Just doing something. I haven't been to the game store in God knows how long. I really miss it.
Yeah, see, we had our local opened back up. I just increased the or decreased the save time too.
Yeah, about a bunch of our my primary store, they are still retail only, and then a couple other stores in the local areas of Dallas are still open. And Texas being Texas, vaccination rates aren't exactly at the highest of priorities, so it ends up being kind of an iffy prospect sometimes. So I've mostly been playing at home if I ever play at all, or we just hang out and play on Tabletop Sim.
Yeah, see, in Michigan, our local went ahead and it's gone ahead and actually done something. But so we have a somewhat high vaccination rate in Michigan.
I mean it depends on where you like. Michigan's probably a bit better off, but it depends on, I guess, where in Michigan you go. Like every other place. Like Dallas is mostly okay, like compared to the rest of Texas, but there's definitely some holdouts who make things a bit difficult.
Yep.
Yeah, the Lone Star Open was an absolute blast. We got a bunch of people from traveling from out of town, and that was like the week before the Delta stuff really started to come through. So it was kind of like our last gasp before everything kind of went sideways. And it was absolute blast. I had a fantastic time. So happy to see everyone again. I can't wait for like AMG Worlds and getting back to cons, LVO, Gen Con, stuff like that. It's the best.
Yeah, and we got tickets to LVO this summer as soon as they released.
Cool.
So
yeah, I went to LVO last year, so January 2020, the dawn of the final day. It was a blast. Yeah. I would love to go again.
Technically last year.
Yep, and we had
True.
I've never been. So for me, it's all of this is new. Because I'm new to this game compared to the rest of you guys.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that's one of the cool things. You've got all these people who've been playing this game for God knows how long, and you have all these new folks coming into it. And yeah, it's just great to see people with different perspectives and different, without lots of 9 years of baggage or whatever, as far as what they thought about. Oh well, I always did this in wave 3 of 1.0, so of course it's correct. But not so much there. But yeah, it's great. I love going out to events, meeting new people, seeing folks I haven't seen for a while, seeing new folks. It's great. Can't recommend it enough. It's an absolute blast.
Yeah, and in my world, I played Destiny for a while.
Oh, RIP.
Yes, so yeah. That's actually what got me into this, is because my son and I were into Destiny, and I started traveling for work. And I was playing in Wisconsin while I was traveling, and then we took a break for holiday, and then they canceled the game. So we were actually in a store tournament January 8th because they canceled on the 20th. So 12 days before, I made top 8,
and then
for it, and then they canceled it.
Sorry, complete game.
It's yeah, sure.
All right, Anakin firing a very relevant shot. You love to see it. Here comes Tracer into OE1.
Oh, shit.
Wait, do we have a Matt too?
Yeah.
Hello there.
Campus Wi-Fi decided to turn back on.
Hello. Thank you. Bless your Wi-Fi. Well, there's a Tracer. Reasonable chance of hitting. Yep, sure enough. Obi-Wan gets a collection of target locks. You love to see it.
Wow.
Many
nice
gifts.
target blocking.
Nice
the
target
question
lock.
is how many are close enough to get it?
The relevant ones. Yeah, there we go. And then
Yeah.
green is out there off by him, so the cheese stands alone.
Hey, I've seen this one before.
Just crazy that usually my tracers never hit that hard.
Oh
You'd
shit!
love
I
to
didn't
see it.
realize. Didn't realize Y-wing was Nora.
It is.
Oh, that makes the point spread makes.
That's a
lot more
name I
sense
haven't
now.
heard in a long time.
Point spread makes a lot more sense now. Oh, hey, they have missiles now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a missile slot. You'd love to see it.
Yeah, we take those.
So yeah, Obi-Wan's got a nice collection of target locks. And then double modded shots should be able to do some damage. He gets a bullseye shot into Nora, watch him, and he's gonna heal, he's spend a force. Neat. You'd love to see it. Let's go.
No cowards here.
Yeah, no cowardice detected. Only anger. Nora. Okay, there you go. Get some shields done. Neat. And then Obi-Wan's about to get rocked, potentially. He's got 3 agility, 2 force, and the deltas go first. They can probably strip a focus off this yellow or do some serious damage to it. Yeah, they got locks. Red has force too, so he can mod it. You hate to see it. Okay.
No. There you go.
Okay, well, that's going to be damaging. Absolutely. And then we'll see a focus spend to mitigate. Sounds good to me. He has a lock, so pretty reasonable attack anyway. The last thing these low initiative ships want to do is take lots and lots of damage, so I'm here for it. Cool. More. And then we got another lock on that, so we'll see where that goes. Strong.
Yep, 2 hits.
And there you go. Got some shields knocked out. Not
All right.
Not awful. I mean, that's bad. I think that's pretty reasonable expectation.
Yeah, as expected. I think we are going to see like at least damage on Obi-Wan for a trade, right?
Let's see what Landrew has to say about this.
Is that?
Oh wait, no, Game of Thrones is down. Landrew, why?
We're safe. Safe from bad map take.
No, Landrew, please.
He has an evade still.
You have an evade plus some force. Wow, no way. He took no damage. Who could have known? Who could have foreseen this?
He debating using it?
I think it's deciding which source to use.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and ended up going with the full source.
Yep, spend that lock.
Get the lock spend. Okay.
Nope.
No focus there, just 2. All right, and then yep.
No problem.
In a shocking turn of events, the Jedi with the 3 agility, 3 force, evade token ship took no damage.
Mark safe from consequences.
Mark safe from consequences. Yeah, and then that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
Jedi,
the points,
Eddas in particular, are pretty silly.
The points are a lot tighter on this list than I realized. But I suppose you just don't realize because the Delta Bs take up, 10 each?
Yeah, Delta Bs are pretty.
14.
They're whatever they are. Big, pretty reasonable chunk of points.
So just there's not actually any points to spend on upgrades for this list.
Nope.
Well, the funny thing was when we saw your list, I sat there and goes, there's no way he's going to take those. What is he going to put on those ships if he takes the CLT? Like, what else? Like, you're going to have so many leftover points.
I mean, the funny thing is, there's so much you can do with the Eddas with points. It's actually kind of silly.
Well, less so now without the like before with cannons. I'd say
the cannons are there, but like with the, you can still take stuff. You can still take like R2D2 and Chopper and all that nonsense.
Stealth device I think exists in this format.
Stealth device, Jesus. I hate it in here.
Yeah, same team.
Okay, so the question for John now is he going to continue running into the Eddas and try and corral them, or is he going to turn back on the Delta? I guess he could also continue splitting. But this is kind of a pretty reasonable. This is a pretty notable turn of commitment. The Jedi have unfortunately many outs and can just leave, which is, of course, the things that everyone loves to see. Nora can always drop a proton bomb to zone out like a 5 forward boost from Obi-Wan, which is nice. But I think a pretty reasonable Jedi move is just Obi-Wan just turn out completely and come back later. And then the Deltas just kind of slow roll it up and just keep doing damage. There's a pretty reasonable chance of just PS killing a X-Wing this turn.
Yeah, I guess initiative-wise, Obi would have to system phase reposition before Nora chooses.
Oh no, Nora is actually the first player. So it's actually information.
Nora shot first. Okay, so yeah,
Obi-Wan's just full of all the information he needs.
Incredible.
See, and this is where John would argue with me, because I said I like the change moving to the randomized first or second player. John hates it for this specific reason right here.
Oh yeah, I think there are lots of players it's going to take some time to get used to. But I think the most notable thing about it, I think the best argument for its existence is that it makes people mad. Because if people are really upset that they're basically losing, I can just spend points on this upgrade that's called Move Last, and it wins me, 75% of my games or something. It turns mirror matches from 50-50s to 70-30s, 60-40s.
I feel like it is worth noting that in the before PO times, there's a 0% chance of this list moving second. The A's will always have the 75 point.
Yeah, if we were playing without random play order, these would just be CLTs, and all those points would just be a bid. Here goes the system phase. Obi's going to go out. So it seems like he's going to. So it's probably going to be some kind of turnout into the X-Wings. There's a potential he gets caught here and blown up. But Obi-Wan has text on his card, right? Yeah, if there are more ships, removes a red. Oh, you can just remove one of those target locks. Hilarious.
Yeah, Anakin.
If Anakin spends the Force.
Yeah.
All right, so the X-Wings are choosing violence. You love to see it. And then the other ones are going to try bank in. And I think this is going to be something like an all-in on the Eddas. Which, that's the hard thing with these lower initiative ships running into high initiative ships, is that you have to guess right, and you also have to get the right rolls. It's actually kind of unfair. Not only do you have to make all the correct maneuvers, you also have to not hit bad variants and actually kill ships.
Or bump into your own ships.
The ace is going to have all the information they need. And yeah, the Deltas are just going to come here and just cause all kinds of havoc and just get basically free damage in.
I don't like how bright the red and yellow are on the Deltas. And this is a very meaningful commentary.
No, I no, it's good. I like it. We're here.
It's just look at how bright it is compared to Anakin and Obi-Wan, and these are
the yellow is very bright, and then the blue and green are rather washed out. The blue's too dark is the problem. Curious what Obi-Wan did, because I was assuming he would just turn out, but if he's going in, so if he ends up, he's going to take 2 shots, and he has no Force, so he might be in trouble here.
Let's see if he remembers that Anakin has words.
It might be worth removing that blue lock
somehow
from Anakin, and I think he's reading. Look at him, he's mousing over words.
Mousing over it. He's reading.
Look, he's reading. Look at that. I hope he has Orion on hand to teach him how to read.
More enemy ships and friendly ships in range 1, so
sure does.
Seems like a pretty good time to do that.
Mm-hmm. So you can just remove Blue's lock, and then that means there's only one modified shot going into Obi-Wan. So it actually makes this a pretty reasonable take that he might live through this, especially if with all these shots coming in, you start shooting focus tokens off and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering now if that's probably a bad idea, but Deltas could even shift their focus off of yellow here, just because no shot.
Yeah, right. Because he would know that he was going to bump into yellow at that point. So shifting focus to blue or green at that point probably might be more advantageous. But we'll see. The funny thing is that if we end this turn and Obi-Wan's gone in exchange for an X-Wing plus like half of something, it's still up for Kieran. If he trades Obi-Wan for yellow, not great, but he is in a much better position now to take advantage. So we'll see what happens.
Well, there's Anakin coming.
Anakin takes the opportunity attack. Seems reasonable.
Does he spend for 4? He does.
Yes. Let's
Chooses
fucking
violence.
go. Strong. Okay. So there's some shields down. And I think Nor doesn't have a shot.
Nor
so we're
is
gonna go straight
reload
to Obi-Wan.
so no shot.
Obi-Wan's got green at range 1. Maybe he can knock a focus off. Free shot. Could be anything. 2's not bad. We take those.
Reasonable.
Pretty reasonable. Strong. Look at that. No consequences. Get bumped. Don't worry, dead. Get blocked? Nah. Just do some damage. Who cares? It's a seismic. And then, yeah, this is actually the point where you shoot red first to try and nuke yellow and then see if you can, or you just change priorities to go after green. But pretty reasonable shout going after yellow. Green still got focus. Yeah. So I probably would shoot red first just to give you more decisions since you've got green at range 1. But it's fine. This is fine. Okay. So there's a nice crit going into yellow.
Do those Krayt cards have textures for anyone else? Because that's just a white blocks.
Oh, I can't see the dials, but I can see the crit card. It's a damage sensor array.
Oh. All right.
So not the
end. Range 1 shot in the yellow. Ow.
Ow.
So see what John needs 2 evades to live.
Yep.
F. There goes yellow. And now we have a very real chance of Obi-Wan taking meaningful damage. So we take probably green into Obi-Wan first, and then seeing how he does, blue can continue, and then red's only shot is at Anakin, so you may as well just take it.
Yeah.
See what you get.
These decisions.
There's a possibility that if you cripple Anakin, you might try and like chase it. Or
like
there
that.
you go.
There you
Strong.
Oh,
so Anakin's gonna take some damage from his. Not much, but he will take.
Yeah,
he'll take 1.
Just for 1.
So now John gets to question himself and ask how greedy he's going to be.
Oh, see if he's going to throw it to Anakin instead of Obi-Wan?
Yeah. It's worse shots. It's worse odds getting into Anakin, but you can focus down.
Seems not worth.
Yeah, I think you're better off doing damage to Obi-Wan, trying to get him half or even killed. But I mean, players can also use sense blood in the water. These things happen.
The question is though, because it's one extra dice. They're both unmodded though, so he has to go at.
I think green has a focus, right?
Green's got the focus. Yeah. Like best call here has got to be blue. And
I think you're better off taking the extra dice, but because you're both unmodded. However, he only can do 1 damage to Anakin to get him half.
Oof.
Okay. Shocking. And here's the real shot. And then we'll see. Non-zero chance of Obi-Wan just biting it there. Yeah. So. Okay. So right. Half an Obi-Wan. And then looks like we're back to it. So that could have gone way worse for Kieran.
Yeah. This looks very, very similar to my game.
Yep. Yeah, this could have gone way worse for Kieran. I think what he's got So I think the main thing I'm seeing here is that John might be in a bit of a rough position as far as where those X-wings are facing, because they basically have those deltas who are just right behind him. The Eddas can very easily just disengage and leave and come back.
Eddas can run away, and deltas can delete an X-wing turn.
Yeah, like even if the X-wings try and turn around, they're going to have no mods into the deltas, and the deltas, and because those X-wings are so damaged now, or at least a couple of them are, we're back up to the point of we're at the potential for initiative kills, and this is the matchup in a nutshell, basically.
Green and red here both die to the deltas focus fire.
Yeah.
So do you go for the black then if you're John?
I don't know. I'll be honest. If I'm in John's position, I'm not happy. I'm not feeling good.
I think green does that too hard.
I think green doing it too hard to try and get a block in, to try and reduce their capacity to modify, wouldn't be a bad shout. My assumption is that the Eddas are leaving, and I don't know if there's anything I can actually do about it. And then red might have a K turn or a Talon roar. Actually, red could probably maybe do a 2-turn and get shots off, depending on where those deltas end up going. Like, I think for Kieran, it's really easy. The deltas just do like 1 banks, and then the Eddas just leave. You might try and catch, like, if green just did a 1 forward and caught himself on a bump, you could potentially catch Anakin doing a 5 forward, which is kind of a pretty hot, like a hot read if he gets there. Because the Eddas actually, because Anakin can't reposition with sensitive controls or whatever it's called. Fine-tuned controls.
Does not have a meaningful shot this turn.
Yeah, Nora can turn in, but I think she'll be losing her mod because she's going to bump into Anakin.
She bumps on Annie, and then but then I'm wondering if I feel like personally I would prefer a turret over the proton bombs.
Yeah, the proton is good for zoning. I think I forgot what the bomb prices are these days. But yeah, this is a pretty effective. It's a pretty effective way to zone stuff out. Like you can at least guarantee that they're not going to go there, which is nice. Yeah. I think actually for John, what wouldn't be terrible is just like Talon rolling or slooping lots of stuff and just trying to catch the Jedi. It feels terrible, and it probably won't work. But we're already at like a desperation point. And this is just a function of the matchup, not even necessarily anything that he's done wrong, which is the feels bad part.
Yeah, the feels bad part is that he's lost 1 ship and shields on 3 others. Whereas he's getting half on one of his opponent's
he's half an Obi-Wan who's probably going to be gone,
and he's still in the losing position.
All right, so we have self bump, which could be pretty hot actually, which is I'm kind of into, because if those deltas do a bank, they are gonna go right past. So like I said, I don't hate this.
This is double stressed.
This is continuing the all in on the Jedi, and if Anakin does do the 5 forward and get blocked on green, this could actually be pretty cool. I really don't hate this. It seems really weird, but I don't hate it. Yeah, so we have just a massive all in on the Eddas, which, again, not necessarily wrong. And depending on where the deltas go, you could totally juke them, which is really fun.
Yeah, but I mean, Obi 3 bank 3 turn both he can just leave.
Yeah, right? Well, I think they'll be fine just because they're Eddas and they're bullshit. Like that's not new, but but this is the unfortunate aspect of the matchup, is that he has to make these decisions that look bad and feel bad, but he has to do it.
I like that block on red. That means not shoot any of the X-wings that are hurting right now.
Yeah, because blue's still healthy, right?
Yeah, red's touching blue, and blue's still healthy, so it would just be yellow either strip shields on the Zealot.
Yeah, I don't hate this. Yeah, I don't hate
Nora
this.
Ends up.
You're forcing the Jedi to split their fire up, and then there's a potential you can catch Anakin bumping onto green. Obi-Wan's going to be gone, but there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
And you could potentially do some damage to yellow. We got 2, possibly 3 shots into him, 4 from Nora.
Yeah.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's just gone. That's not surprising.
Oh yeah, Nora's got yellow here. Question is what he's thinking about, because he's just boosts out of here, right?
Oh, yeah, I think he's basically thinking about which direction to boost to set up for next turn. I would assume. Because I think he's still in... It looks like he's in red and blue, or pretty close to it, so boost seems pretty obvious.
Yeah, he's in both of those, and any boost should get him
So
out
it's basically
all...
whether he wants to do a bank boost or a straight boost. I think a bank boost probably sets you up later for coming in, but fuck me, right? Okay, there you go.
Right.
Neat. Actually, not awful.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody has any mods here except Anakin.
Anakin
and red is hurt.
Anakin and yellow can kill red here.
Yeah, it's very possible.
It's easily possible,
especially if red doesn't roll any of it. Oh, okay. There's 2, so half on red.
Yeah, yellow can clean this up.
Yeah, it's very possible. And then Proton Bomb does nothing, of course. So the real problem here is that none of these shots are modified. But Anakin's got modified defense, and he has 2 health left. So he might take 1, but there's a real possibility of 5 being PS killed, and then this feels a lot worse. Neat seismic charge. You love to see it.
Seismic. As you should.
Yep. Let's go, Nora. Let's go.
Nora care.
Nora care.
Oof.
All right. Okay. It's about what you expect.
Yeah, these things happen.
Straw. We take those. Let's go. Kirby Bang. Look at that. Ace is suffering consequences. You love to see it. So here comes yellow, preparing to bully our boy red. I want this board to live so bad, you have no idea. Please. Let's go! Red bang. No!
Oh.
All right, well, look, sometimes the heroes don't always win. That's just, it happens sometimes.
Yeah. Dark and gritty stories.
Right.
This is what Star Wars fans want.
Yeah, this is the sequel trilogy. All of your heroes die and fail, and no one's ever happy. And then Nora's going to take a bunch of damage. You hate to see it.
Is it the attacker or any ship in range? Okay, so Nora does at least get her reinforce.
Yeah.
And they only dealt 2 cards, so I think they did know that.
Nora had no shields, right?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so she got the free evade. Okay, cool. All right, shots, and then we have the moment of truth into Anakin.
All right.
Cool. That's yellow taking 1.
A PNG.
And then moment of truth into Anakin, range 2. Anakin's got a force, so not hopeful. Not hopeful.
Not when you
but
roll
we can
like
look. We can try. Yeah,
it happened before.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so this game feels really over. I feel it feels bad because now the Eddas just leave and the Deltas clean everything up.
Honestly, truthfully, I think I believe in the Deltas to clean up even with the Ada's gone.
Even the Ada's gone, yeah. Like once we get to like a 2 versus 3 ship endgame, yeah, we're pretty deep into no consequences territory here. Here's the you want to know the really depressing part of this? Let's see. So those X-Wings are what, like 40 something?
38.
So that's 76 points, and then Nora is probably like 50-ish, right?
Nora is 40 with these toys, probably 45 to 48.
48.
So 48, and then 72. So that's like what, 120? Here's the real sad part: is that Anakin costs like 51 points. Like half of Anakin is basically nothing. It's actually insulting.
Yeah,
His edits are so cheap that
half Anakin plus half Obi is like 95 or so.
I don't even think it's that, right? Like Anakin's like half of them is basically nothing. Anakin's like
He's
50
at
points.
51, right? Because it's 26.
Yeah, Anakin's 51. Obi-Wan's like 49, 48. So that's like 50 points. That's like nothing.
Oh yeah,
So,
I was just
yeah, like it's the eddas are so cheap that even if you do give up half points or even lose them, it's actually not that many points. Is the real sad part. And like Nora is really close to death. The good thing here, and then yeah, blue is basically out of the game because he's stressed, and the deltas are just going to leave. Green has the potential to follow up and do some damage. It doesn't hear you a massive amount of punishment going Green's way. And now because Obi has force, he can like just do like he can do a talon roll, just do like a white talon roll, a purple talon roll, and evade, and just sit there and find somebody in his bullseye.
No talent. Well, I guess if he gets ships chasing, he can get the talent.
No, I'm
roll
sorry,
off,
Obi-Wan can do a talon very easily.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the talent's
Yeah,
purple.
yeah. The blue is unfortunately basically out of the game because he's going to have to turn back around at some point. Anakin's going to be super mark safe from anything. So there's so Nora's probably okay. I think the deltas just stop inting down. They can just keep inting down. It doesn't really matter at this point. They can just keep running it down and not really suffer any. They have what, 5Ks? 5K 2 sloop or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, so blue has to get out of there. He can't really do much. He can like lock and hold it for later and pray.
He cannot. He was double stressed because he.
Oh, he was double because he talent. No, yeah, no. The one who died was double stressed.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine.
And then green can contribute, which is good. And then like the really dumb stuff is that the Jedi can do like combo blocking. Like if red turns in and yellow bumps, yeah, see, yellow gets a free shot at green now. And then red might just turn into green.
That was super intentional by Kyle because he did tiled in a 2-sec North Slope for that.
Yeah, these are super intentional bumps to just keep the deltas where they are because they were basically in no position to be threatened.
Yeah.
So yellow was never going to move. Then Nora comes in, and then she's kind of here. Once she's got her bombs and the tracers are gone and she has no more friends, she's just kind of also present, unfortunately. Obi-Wan.
She's got a second bomb loaded up because she took the reload. So.
Oh, neat! She can just bomb again. Dank, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
All right. Obi-Wan's a coward. Anakin, it's fine. Whatever.
He can get a focus using Obi-Wan's ability.
Very possibly. I don't know.
Doesn't super matter.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah. There's also more friendly ships than enemy ships at this point.
Yeah, there's not more. There's still more friendlies than enemies at this point.
Yep. All right. So that was Nora's shot into.
Nora's shot. She got a hit, but nothing happened because 3 agility force.
Through cloud.
Obi has no shot. Yeah. Then red might have a shot at Nora, and then yellow's got a shot at green for sure.
Yep.
So yeah. Nora gets a reinforce, which is nice.
Yeah.
And then I think red's not throwing enough dice, but whatever, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, why is he's short?
Yeah, I think he's throwing. I think he needs to throw one more, right?
He's also not spending his force.
Better call Paul.
That shot was also on Nora?
Okay.
Or no, that shot. Why
these deltas aren't rolling enough dice. I know it. Okay.
If nothing else, I appreciate the style points.
True. Like that's actually kind of a harsh flex. Oh, look, Obi-Wan dies. You love to see it.
We take those?
Yeah, we take those. Get Obi-Wan out of here.
Oh, it's a direct hit too.
It's a nice direct hit. Yeah, see, a nice send off.
the room isn't private. I could go in there and yell at them if you want.
Yeah, if you want to yell and go for it before they set dials or anything else.
Hey, the Delta 7 shots were range 1. You only rolled 3 dice. Got you. All right,
Did you
got
just
it.
feel bad?
Yeah. Solved it. We got there.
I guess I'm just gonna roll the additional die, see what it is. Yeah. And green takes one more. Respect.
More on green, yeah. And then probably
technically
Nora.
Could count for the shot on Nora, but he rolled 2 blanks and an eyeball, so
destroyed. Perfect. That doesn't matter. Okay.
Does not matter.
All right. So this is pretty rough. Like I said a while ago, this is unfortunately not a great matchup for John. I think he recognized that the Eddas would be really dangerous to him and kind of went for the all-in. Not a bad play. He got one of them down. It's just that, unfortunately, with a list like this, you're always wrong because the Deltas are also aces in this game.
Yeah, Deltas can't always just roll up on you and get their 4 die double-mounted shot.
Especially when they have 3 shields plus 3 hull.
Oh yeah.
Force. I mean.
Yeah, like they have a real amount of health too, not so much.
They have lots of health. They have lots of attack, and yeah, they have all the repositioning and all the mods. Like they're just. The funny is the Deltas are actually more dangerous than the Eddas.
Yes,
yeah. Especially without those cannon slots.
Anakin now at 1 hull, I don't think he can really meaningful contribute besides just being bait.
Like Anakin can very easily just talent roll and call it good and just do something else. Like he's mostly fine. He has 1 force left, so he's probably just going to keep dipping.
Like until he gets force back up, I don't see him really contributing.
Yeah, he's probably just going to dip and be fine.
So for a while, I was running 3 of those Jedi Knights with Delta 7Bs and battle meditation. That was fun. That was hilarious fun.
Because that's what they get. They each get 3 actions, right?
Yeah, it's just action economy, hands down.
By socialism.
Absolutely, yeah. Republic socialism. You love to see it.
But they were funny. It's just the ability that they can do, and you just kind of like, oh, all right, here we go, and then if you get caught, you're screwed though. Like if you get caught with only 2 green dice right there and they focus on you, you are kind of screwed. Because you can still fit Shock T in that list. And then you just run Shock T behind or side and just like, oh, here you go. Oh, here you go. Let me give you some force back.
One of our friends, Ryan, was flying that a lot last season.
Yeah, the triple deltas and Shock T. He almost got it. Almost got there. Second place LSO.
Yeah, he was bridesmaid at LSO.
Pretty good strong. Pretty good take.
I'm wondering what all this talking a bit is about, because yellow doesn't have any repositions that fit to get out of range of the bomb. So probably just target lock on green.
I think he's just choosing his lock.
Oh, yeah, Nora. Green could be out.
And then, red just leaves. Reasonable take. Come back later. I assume Anakin just dips, just is absolutely out. Probably. Yeah, and then Nora's going to eat her own bomb. Ironic. No debris, though. Mark's safe. And then she's going to take debris next turn, looks like.
Yep.
And then Anakin, pissed. He's had enough.
More.
And again, the funny thing is, he's actually kind of safe if he just takes the evict. Blue is full health still, so he can very easily just roll out and call it good. But there's no other shots going into blue, so roll is pretty safe because he still has force, and there'll be range 3 shot from Nora, range 2 or 3 shot from green with no mods.
Hey, roll forward. Does that get you out of green?
Roll forward might. I think green's kind of on a weird angle. I think you're in green regardless, but yeah, I think the roll is super safe there. We can only hope. Look, these X-Wings are masters at just plinking Eddas from range 3, so you never know.
When will the tyranny of the I-1 Cavern Angels Zealots end?
Cavern Angels are ruining the game. Up next on GSP.
Well, it's only because they could take Deadman Switch. There you go.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all.
it.
I told John.
So look
I
how
told John,
impressive. Look
take
how
it.
impressive this the Deadman Switch Cavern Angels are.
I mean, think about it. It
Yeah, I
would
think he's
have
an
actually
Arkham.
done damage to those Jedi Knights.
Oh,
They would
true.
actually almost be at half by now.
Yeah.
I'm in on it.
I mean, I was kind of tickled by the idea of running a bunch of Cavern Angels with like fine-tuned, not fine-tuned, false transponder and stuff like that, just to kind of.
Yeah, you're thinking of the wrong FTC.
It's horrific.
Oh, it does get the yellow one too.
So Proton gets them both. Nora is going to eat a crit. Wounded pilot, neat. And then
Proton...
7 loses a shield. No big deal.
Proton is the one that goes under shields, like concussion.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's just
concussion.
a crit damage. Yeah. That was 1.0 Proton Bomb.
Yep, that's what
For those of you who didn't play 1.0, old Proton Bombs just went under shields.
Guess about every bomb went under shields.
What's up?
Just about every bomb went under shields, didn't it?
No, most of them just did damage. Proton was special.
Seismic as well. I feel like all did damage under shields.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey, this is trauma.
Oh, Nora.
Oh, Nora, bless your soul.
John Green.
Let's see. No shot for yellow. And then same deal. Yellow's got Anakin Rage 2. Let's pray. Nope, not today.
Definitely not today.
No justice. And then possible meaningful damage on yellow, which is nice.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Possibly have.
Not today.
Nope. Nope.
Okay, so yeah, still same deal here. We're kind of in this weird jumble. We're
in the toilet bowl.
We're in the big toilet bowl. Anakin can pretty safely disengage and come back later. This is actually a pretty good talon roll turn for Anakin because there's no real threat to him.
Should have another force back
besides,
now,
like Nora's going to have no mods. X-wings are going to be facing the other direction. I think if green goes down, game is pretty much over. It feels. I don't know. Actually, what's points wise? We are at 72 for the Cavern Angel, and then another 38, another half there. So
they're at 119 to 75.
Okay, yeah, and then so even if Anakin goes down, that brings it up to 119 to 100 something. If one of the deltas gets halved, it's still 100 points. Still, Kieran still has the advantage. Nora's on what? She has 2 left, 3 left.
3 left.
3 left. Okay.
What was the crit from Proton?
It was a wounded pilot.
Oh, fun.
The ship who can't really take any actions anyway won't be able to take an action.
I was thinking panicked. Panicked would be hell right now.
True.
She's hitting the cloud on the way out.
So there's like some level. So the unfortunate thing here is that it looks. I don't know. It can look and it can appear kind of dicey, but there's a very real chance of just having these ships just removed from the table very quickly by the Jedi before they can do anything. Yeah, there's a stress shot. Then we have like 2 range 1 shots into blue, and then blue can just get blown up. Easy, no consequences, just a stress. Nora will continue being in stress hell. And then I think he just takes the lock and goes into green. Okay.
Green's got 2 left, right?
Green's got 2 left, so very possible for green to just die here.
Yeah.
And Anakin probably just 1 hards and then goes to bully blue.
Yeah, Nora just in fucking jail.
Nora just continues, continues her stay in prison.
God almighty.
You just can't keep getting away with it. Yeah, there's a range of 1 bullseye shot.
Oh no.
Sickos. So that's the thing with these AC type ships is you'll notice basically the entire game, all Kieran's dialed in is like one moves, 1 turns, 1 banks. You don't really have to do that much crazy stuff when you're playing these high initiative ships because there's going to be someone there more often than not. So yeah, there's 2. And then we got a damage on blue. That's a good start. We take those. Nora has a meaningless shot.
I promise.
I mean, it's possible.
She can roll 2 dice, and then Kyle can blank out.
Look, I'm praying. Look, I'm hoping for it. I'm really, really hoping for it. All right, well, reality ensues. And rolling anyway because the rules tell him he has to.
Yeah, Kyle likes to follow the rules.
Spend the evade for disrespect. You'd love to see it. And then, yeah, here comes yellow. And then yellow, looking kind of hurt, spends the force. Do some more damage into blue. Just another shield down, unless he wants to spend. The problem here for John is that he basically has to spend every time on defense because he's losing, and he needs to stop losing as much. There is a potential to just kind of go all in and try and get as much damage as possible through. But because he has all these shots coming his way, he has to be a little more careful. Oh, okay. Sad. Okay. That's green, and then I think that makes this basically over. If it wasn't bad before, it's bad now. Because now we have, even if there's no way the yellow dies here. I mean, there's a chance, but it's pretty low. And then blue can get knocked out pretty easily. Same with Nora. And then this is basically just mop up at this point.
Probable half here, I would say, but
yeah, I think half's pretty reasonable because yellow doesn't have mods.
Yeah, yellow's kind of out because yellow's stress can't slip back in, but Anakin
unmodded shot,
pretty
reasonable chance of getting half here. There you go. Yeah, half points. So still take those.
But
we're still into it.
You've got Jedi Knight on your flank and Anakin on your ass, so
yeah. This is just Anakin does Anakin just does whatever slowest movie can to just get right up in blue and ruin his life. If he's if he really worries about blue's position, he could always system phase roll out. I don't think he needs to. And then this is just like I said, this is a rough matchup for John. I think he recognized that the Eddas would be a problem and tried to all in on them. Not an unreasonable take. It just didn't work out. It's kind of hard to decouple the results from the decision making from the results. I think the only real mistake, you want to call it that, or just maybe not ideal choice, is his initial split. I think he just kind of pick one and all in on it and pray. But that's just because you're in such a unfortunate matchup. You kind of have to make things happen and take more risks than the other player does.
I think he would have a better chance of taking those Jedis off the board if he had gone all in, though.
Yeah, I think so. I think you just have to pick one. I think hedging just plays into your opponent's hand, because then you can't focus your fire and you can't make them make poor decisions.
Okay, so Anakin's candy caning.
Yep, sure is.
He can't keep getting away with it, Kip.
Evidently, he can.
Oh,
our only hope here is that Nora just one-shots him for his insolence. Which would be hilarious, by the way.
Yes, I'm rooting.
I'm same team. Let's be clear here. The high initiative jousters are the villains in this story. The swarms are the heroes.
We had our happy ending last night. Now reality sets in. Hey, and Kyle, you're a fucking coward. Kyle, you're a little bitch.
He is coward. We don't count MOV.
Just actually a coward.
Because there's not much time left either, so the probability of him. Oh, and then he's gonna boost it.
Sure, I guess.
All right.
I would have just taken. Okay. Blocking Nora, who.
And then Nora just never gets an action ever again. Neat.
Sure. I like
What a
how there's
clown
an
show.
error. An error pops up every time Nora moves. It's a real nice touch.
404 Squadron. All right, Nora, please. I've never asked for anything else.
Oh, I suppose I should probably ask before I said a curse word on here, but what's y'all's like policy?
We don't really have a policy, so
Alright,
you can swear all you want. I don't. We'll put it this way. I'm the. Yeah, that's probably fair. I'm the.
Let's say let's just have it. This look, we're just a hair below Krayt. How about that?
Like I'm the guy that swears all the time out of the group. So
there you go.
I have to watch myself because, like, I mean, even in our household, like, as long as my kids don't like curse at somebody, I don't care if they swear.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want. Just if you
like,
tell me to go F myself, we got a problem, but
yeah, they're more like sentence enhancers, really.
Yeah.
Did Nora take damage? She did take damage.
Yeah.
Reinforce. All right, let's go. Nora, let's go.
Oh,
please.
That's better than average.
I've never asked for it. God damn it. I've never asked for anything. I've never wanted anything more in my life.
All right, and then Red gets the kill shot on Nora? Question mark. Range
potentially. Unmodded, but
yeah.
He's got to do what? He's got to do 3. 3, and Nora has to blank out.
No, only got 3 to get over the.
Oh look, we're in a timeline.
All right.
Nora has to roll an evade. Nope. Not today.
Nora eats 2 crits. Kyle goes for Nora for the style points instead of just getting the easy kill on Blue.
Oh no, it was a fucking fuel leak into a direct hit. Jesus. All right, well that was a lot of cards.
That was one of the largest fireballs I've seen in a while.
2 damage, actually 4 damage. Yeah.
Well, if you thought this was interesting, we have another game coming.
True.
Yeah. Up next, it's these two.
Yeah.
These two
yes.
We got TIE Swarm versus Vulture. Well, Snootierran Mini Swarm versus Vulture Swarm.
True. And the good news is you'll finally be able to no longer have to listen to me talking. So perfect.
They can't hear us
safe.
We will probably. I don't know if they're going to play the. I'm assuming they're not playing this last round though.
Yeah, this seems like a pretty reasonable.
This is pretty over. I hope they agree.
What we'll probably do then is I'm probably going to mute, and I'm guessing they're done. If not, I should just go there and tell John to call it.
Yeah, we just ended there.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to the room.
That last X-wing hit the hyperspace drive.
He got out. Pretty reasonable take.
Yep.
So for everybody watching, what we're going to do is I'm going to mute us, throw some music on. You can watch the intro screen that doesn't move because I can't get my intro screen to move anymore for whatever reason. And what we'll do is we're going to probably take 15. Yeah. We're going to take at least a 15-minute break here so I can reset the table and get these other guys in the commentary room. So we'll be right back, everyone.